Well, hello everybody. I'm doing an easy 10 today out of town. I stayed in the town of Manchester, and I got a hitch back into town from a lady that was had hiked part of the AT, so she likes to help AT through hikers. So that was good. She gave me a ride to the trailhead, and then I saw my friend Two Meals. He was hitchhiking too. He got a ride. He's a little bit behind me. And then last night I couldn't get to sleep, and then I woke up at 4. Couldn't get back to sleep. So I didn't really get tons of sleep, but I did rest up by having a 0 day. So I feel kind of like half refreshed and half tired, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna hike to this really nice shelter. I'll make a video about it. And when I was in town, I bought new shoes, which I showed in the last video. And I bought a C-Knock, which is a water filter, because I'm starting to filter my water now. I wasn't really filtering my water in Maine and New Hampshire and the beginning of Vermont, because just philosophically, I feel like if you filter your water and you're in the wilderness and you're getting pristine spring water, you're kind of implying that nature is toxic and that human beings are aliens that can't survive in the wild without that type of technology, which I don't really like that idea. But then as you get closer to civilization, you're not dealing with nature. You're dealing with agricultural runoff and E. coli in the water from dense human population. So that's all nasty stuff. So I'm starting to filter more. So I have this filter bag that you fill up, and then you attach it to your filter, and then you put a little straw on it, and then you squeeze the bag of water into your water bottle so you have water. So feeling better about filtering, because I'm going to be getting into Massachusetts and Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York. And those are states where there's dense human populations. It's not like when you're in Maine and you have crystal clear spring water coming out of a mountain. So I'm happy about that. And also I could carry more water. I carry up to 4 liters now, because I have my 2 1-liter bottles, and then I could carry my 2-liter bag. So if I go to a dry stretch of trail, I'll have plenty of water, which it is getting more dry because we're getting into August, and it hasn't really been raining that much, which has been nice. But the water sources are more scarce. In Maine, it felt like every 200 yards you cross a river, but Vermont is quite a bit drier, at least this time of year. I guess I sound a little hoarse. I think I was getting over a slight cold, so hopefully I'll keep getting over it. So I'm going to go to the shelter. It's supposed to be a really nice, large shelter. I'll make a little video about my routine of going to a shelter, because that's like a very big part of the Appalachian Trail. I like to go to the shelters and check out the logbook and see who's come by and sign the logbook, because I have people I hike with that are a little bit ahead of me I'm trying to catch up to. And then people write funny little comments. I like to write little comments, little cartoons. So I'll do a little video about that. There's an interesting tree. It's like a hollow stump with a big burl, and then like a smaller tree growing out of it. It's pretty interesting. Wow, this is kind of cool. Look at all these mushrooms. They're little tiny mushrooms all over this stump. It's pretty interesting. So the one thing you need to know about shelters is that they're actually magic. They don't really exist. In order for them to appear, you have to hike all day and be tired, and then you have to look at your app, the Far Out app, and then you have to look around and say, where the heck is the shelter? Where the heck is the shelter? You gotta say it 3 times, and then within 20 paces it will magically appear. And then you'll be able to find the shelter. But it has to be after a long day of hiking, and you have to say the magic phrase 3 times, and then it'll appear. It'll either be a side trail, or sometimes it'll be right on the Appalachian Trail. So here I am after saying the magic phrase, and here's the sign for the shelter. It's the Stratton Pond Shelter, and it's a 1/4 mile off trail. Making some coffee down by the lake and having my breakfast. I got all my food scattered all over the place. So this pond is filled with eastern newts. There's one right there in the water. This is what those red guys turn into when they mature. They turn green, but they keep their red spots, but their orange color goes away, and they turn green, and their tail gets like a big fin on it, so they're more aquatic. And then they live the rest of their lives in the water. So it's kind of cool. There's one now. They're kind of hard to catch with your hands. You kind of need a net. The map calls this a beaver bog, but it looks more like a beaver swamp. It's very swampy, not boggy. Definitely a beaver lodge. There it is. That's where they live. Some cool purple flowers. I'm not sure what they are. They're kind of neat. They got like little purple seed pods on them. They're kind of neat. Looks like there's a bunch of fish in this beaver pond. Huh. Looks like a beaver bog or a pond. It's kind of low.